Alright, the first method we're going to do, as you can see, we're going to kind of mix it up a little bit. The order, I'm actually going to talk about this first, solve quadratics by using the square root property. And also, I'm going to basically talk through this, determine the most efficient method to use to solve a quadratic. I'm going to talk you through this as I teach these things. So, first thing we're going to talk about is solving using the square root property. Basically, in layman's terms, that's to solve for x. And when I use this one is when there's only one variable. So if we have multiple variables, we probably shouldn't, or you can't use this method because you can't define x in terms of itself. So you can only use this method, you can only solve for x when you have one x. So here's the first example we're going to do. We have 3x squared minus 15. Because there's only one variable, we can solve for that one variable. So right now there are a couple things are being done to x. It's being squared first. It's being multiplied by 3, and it's being subtracted by 15. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the inverse operation. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the negative 15 by adding 15 to both sides. When we do that, we get 3x is equal to 3x squared is equal to 15. We'll then go ahead and divide both sides by 3, because that's the inverse of multiplication by 3. And that's going to give us x squared. I'll write it down here. X squared 3, no, just kidding, x squared 15 thirds. And then lastly, the inverse of the square root, or squaring, is the square root. So we'll take the square root of both sides. When I do that, one thing you've got to know is, like we talked about, because we're solving quadratics, we'll always get two solutions. When we talked about this maybe in the very first section or something like that, talking about properties of real numbers, I guess maybe the second section, talking about radicals, what you need to know is that whenever you're solving for x and you take the square root to do that, your answer is always plus or minus. So make sure that's somewhere in your memory banks. So what we'll do is we'll just say, what can I do here? Oh, we can actually simplify that. So plus or minus square root of 5 would be our nice little answer for that problem. So important things to remember. You can solve for x when there's only one variable. Also, you need to know that whenever you are solving for x and you take the square root, your answer is always going to be plus or minus.